Welcome live to another episode of Tntt, Talking in the Truth. I'm one half of your amazing host, probably the most amazing host, Lamar. And to my right here, who are you again? Oh, yeah, to my right here. No, it's good.
The guy that's going to whoop his ass, Matt. The most amazing host.
Hey, you got to miz it up somehow, man.
Man, we ain't the Miz, man.
Better. So, yeah.
This isn't the most must-see podcast on television today. Most must-see podcast on YouTube today.
Right. So, today we're doing a mixture of Raw and SmackDown of last week, or this week. Excuse me. And we're going to talk about some crazy stuff here. Pretty much the same old, but I think we got a lot better questions for you this week.
But before we get into it, so we want to talk about the Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar.
Elephant in the room, literally.
Coming out, starting Raw and SmackDown, or starting Raw, you know, Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. My name is Paul Heyman, and I am the advocate for Brock Lesnar.
You gotta jump up and down.
Right?
Jump up and down.
Well, you're supposed to be jumping up and down. I'm doing the Paul Heyman character.
See, that's what you gotta do.
So what the hell, man?
That's the sad part. He come in the ring, he does the jump up and down like he always does. I'm shocked the belt ain't full of dust because he ain't defended it. Well,
dude, I'm surprised he could find the belt and actually carry it to Raw. Paul, where's the belt, man? I don't know.
Rock, seen it in over 90 days.
What'd you do with it?
But yeah, that's the crazy part with that. What I loved about that was Samoa Joe. My dog, man. My dog came out, got in his face, looked him up like, okay, yeah, Brock Lesnar. Man, fuck you. This is what I got to say about you. Knocked him on his ass. That's what I loved about it, man. Knocked him on his ass.
So the only thing I hated about the whole segment was you had every single jobber run out and pull them off. Why the jobbers? What about Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns? You know, granted, I don't know. Maybe Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, if they would have ran out there, they might have beat the shit out of Samoa Joe and But you know, you had people that you haven't even seen in a while run out there. And you're like, where'd you come from?
Speaking of that, did you see Bo Dallas?
Yeah,
he's got a beard and everything.
Yeah,
that's
I was like, what the hell?
He's got a beard now.
I'm like, so why did you only have the jobbers run out? Why couldn't you have actual superstars that we've seen on TV run out? I'm like, where was the Big Show? I didn't see him run out.
Right. He might start.
I saw Enzo and Cass run out, but I didn't see the Big Show. Where was he? Come on. If you're going to have people run out and try to break up something, at least have, good people run out and try to break it up.
Yeah.
Not this crap of, send out the jobbers.
You guys been doing nothing all day. Go out there and break out that fight.
Right? Go out there and earn your money. That was crap, man. I'm like, really? I'm all the jobbers? What the hell? Well, that's kind of stupid. I'm like, okay, well, they ain't going to hold anybody back because they're jobbers. So, and it proved Joe freaking literally super kicked Brock Lesnar. And you saw everybody that was holding Brock Lesnar just fall back. I'm like,
his face is open. Go ahead.
Right? I'm like, holy crap, man. So that was a good start to Raw.
Yeah.
But there were downfalls as well. So let's get into the podcast.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. First question. Woo, woo, woo. You know it. Oh, Zack Ryder's
Stay hype,
back.
bro.
Yes. Stay hype. He's back. For two things, I kind of wished he came back in a different way. But, they showed him backstage. He's back. He came back earlier than expected, so he must have been busting his ass to make sure he came back in time. So, as you guys know, this Sunday, which being tomorrow, is the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, Father's Day.
Father's Day. Whoop,
Father's
whoop.
Day to this man here.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Every last one of them. Now, the question being, now that Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley are going to team up again, will Zack Ryder turn heel now that he's back? Now, if you guys watched his revamp of his show, the Long Island IZ True Story, he celebrated, of course, his 10 years, which I mentioned that before in the podcast. And yeah, it's 10 years of being a jobber. So, Zach, it is time to turn heel. Mojo had his moment. That's weird that they had their WrestleMania moments back to back.
Right? Right?
So, but I feel like Mojo's been still in the spotlight. He's fought, number one contenders for championships. Zach never really had any of that. So I say he's trying to steal your light, man. Why don't you go in there and rough rider him up or whatever, or just win the match and then attack him afterwards. This match ain't for nothing. That's the sad part, because I heard whoever wins this match is going to go on to be number one contenders, is what I read. You guys are already number one contenders. You see how WWE is? They're already number one contenders, but I guess you got to get in the back of the line. Okay, he got injured. Maybe it's because you're overworking your stars. But if Zack Ryder turns heel, he's been stuck with that character for 10 years. I kind of don't know how it would look, but it'll be a fresh start for that. And I love to see him turn heel because Mojo, the human energy drink, as they call him,
Right?
he needs to be knocked down a few pegs, and it makes for better television, and you can disband the Hype Bros because they were like a jobber tag team anyway, in my opinion. I don't know.
He needs to calm down, man. Mojo fucking gonna injure himself or something.
He's gonna run right to the turnbuckle.
Right? Damn.
You know it, bro. What do you say about that?
You know it, bro. So I think it'd be better for Zack Ryder to come back as a heel. I think it would amp up, his character as a person and, as a superstar. If you keep him as a face, you need to probably get rid of the Hype Bros. It's not really working for any of them. I mean, you have Mojo Rawley going off by himself and Zack Ryder that was on the sidelines because he couldn't do anything. He was injured. So I really think that, you need to probably turn him heel. And, don't let him win the match if it is for the number one contender spot, which is kind of stupid, like you said, because you are the number one contenders. That's what I don't understand. So if Zack Ryder's back, they should kick New Day off the match for the tag team and have Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley go for it instead of New Day. New Day, you've had your chances. You've held records. Have somebody else go for it. Come on, guys.
400 and some odd days to be exact of having your chance. But
Right.
I agree with that. But you know what? Just on that thought alone, I feel like they're in the category of Enzo and Cass.
Yeah.
It's because Enzo got injured. Cass pretty much had that push till Enzo came back, even though all Enzo has to do is talk and he'll get his fan base, but still doesn't win championships.
Nope.
So
all right, so next question. As everybody knows, John Cena is coming back July 4th, Independence Day.
There he is.
John Cena. I wonder if he's bringing back Nikki Bella as well.
I heard she's still going to be taking time off. She's inactive from wrestling. I was like, you just came back from a neck injury to wrestle.
Right. Well, whatever.
Who knows?
So, question is, what is your thoughts on John Cena being a free agent? Now, him being a free agent, from what everybody's understanding, is he can go to any show, Raw or SmackDown. So, my thoughts on him being a free agent, I think so. I think it'd be kind of cool to see him on SmackDown going, or see him on Raw going for the Universal title, or going for the Grand Slam Intercontinental title. But I think since they added the Universal title to be a Grand Slam, you'd have to win that belt as well. But I think what's going to happen is I think he's going to stay on SmackDown, and I think he's going to beat Jinder Mahal for the title and get that 17 championships to pass Ric Flair. I think that's what's going to happen. I'm glad he's a free agent. I mean, he's one free agent that, they decided to do. Who knows if they're going to bring more as free agents or what. I think what they should do is if Brock loses the title, I think they should make him a free agent. But who knows? I mean, who knows? We'll see. What do you got?
Now, with the free agent, actually what I thought it meant was, because people come in, the free agent, but free agents usually, to me, mean, like Shelton Benjamin. He was supposed to be a free agent because he's not signed with the company. It's kind of under the part-time thing just to have something to do.
Right.
So I thought Cena was actually hinting some type of retirement since he's done everything. And I know he's even busier doing American Grit.
Yeah.
You know, he's still hosting other award shows, and he's doing a lot of other stuff too. So, I mean, I'm sure he's going to go into the part-time thing so he can do other stuff like that, and of course more movies and everything, what have you. But just from what I read, he can't show up to either one of those shows. He's probably going to be doing what The Rock does, just show up for any one of those shows to do that. I mean, why not? He's John Cena, and pop up and do what you do. And like I said, just give him one more title run. I'd say just go for the Intercontinental. You can do the Universal as well, but, you know, I think he's just going to go for the Intercontinental, and they're going to top that as him being a Grand Slam, since the Universal is still new, and that wasn't under the list of belts that he's won previously. So
I still think he's going to go for the 17.
No, he might. He might. You know.
I think he will.
Hey, somebody needs to be gentle. He's getting on my damn nerve now. With his magic carpet genie riding.
You know, and the funny thing is, man, is everything you read online and stuff like that, it's always bringing up, check out Jinder Mahal's workout. What are you guys really getting at? Is he really on roids, or does he have a workout that really, in a short period of time, will make you ripped like he is?
It's two things I look at it that I think is wrong. Number one, before he came back, because he teamed up with Rusev before they put him in his single thing, he was ripped then. Why he didn't do it then? That's number one. Number two, he was the jobber of jobbers. He was like a second Zack Ryder. Everybody's beating him. But since he won that belt, he's unstoppable. What's the problem? Because he got his two little munchkins on the ringside there? This has got to stop, man. I mean, no dude that side need nobody help.
Right.
Maybe Seth Rollins. He's not a shrizzle. But
well, you don't see Brock Lesnar getting that help.
They're like, Brock, protect me. Brock, what are you doing? Brock! It's just, I don't know.
Exactly. But
going on to the next question. Now, here's what bothered me, because I didn't think about this until earlier today. So the question being, why did WWE put Kevin Owens in the Money in the Bank ladder match instead of Rusev? I just thought of that this morning because I was like, wait a minute. I was looking at the roster, seeing where everybody was. From what I read, Rusev is still not medically cleared in a way. He's still somewhat hurt from what I read. I don't know what's the true thing, but I don't think the storyline is from him, okay, well, you guys ain't doing that with me, then bye if you don't put me in the match. But why not? He ain't got a belt. He should be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and you give it to Kevin Owens, who already has a belt, just because he was crying because he wasn't a part of it. You don't need 5 belts, Owens. You're a good wrestler, but stop being greedy. You know, I think I'm shocked that 98% of the match got people who've never been world champion except for Ziggler.
Yeah.
But they still put people in there that I was like, I wouldn't really want to see you as champ. The only person I'm somewhat going for is maybe like a Sami Zayn or even Shinsuke. He probably can boost himself back up because he was good at NXT, but they're just kind of like crapping on him on the main roster and hyping up his entrance, but not his ring skills. What do you say?
So I think they should have put Rusev in there. I mean, Baron Corbin kind of stated it, you know, pretty straightforward. Now that you are in the match, Kevin Owens, because you cried like a little baby, you know, Kevin Owens, why are you out there crying? I know it's part of a storyline, but still, don't come out crying just because you aren't in the main event or just because you aren't in Money in the Bank. Instead of being in a ladder match for Money in the Bank, why aren't you sitting there putting your title on the line? Why didn't you do that?
True.
But no, you're sitting there crying about, you know, I'm not in the Money in the Bank. Why not? Shane, what the hell, man? Well, what's going on, Shane? You know, this is bullcrap. You know, come on, Shane. Why didn't Shane sit there and be like, well, I'm sorry, you want a match? Okay, well, here's your match. You can put your U.S. title on the line. Rusev will be in Money in the Bank, and that's how we're going to go.
Well said. Very well said. I don't know. Hopefully Rusev doesn't quit because he's a hell of a talent.
I think he will. Actually, from what I read on the SummerSlam card, because like they're kind of like, you know, posting stuff out there, what's going to be on the SummerSlam card and stuff like that. I heard it's going to be Rusev and Shane McMahon on the SummerSlam. I'm like, Shane, man, dude, that boy will kill you.
He already had a concussion with Roman.
What are you doing? Come on, Shane.
Well, at least
I understand, man,
shake
but
off
still.
his ring rust, I guess. But as long as he keeps jumping off stuff, at least that's for live action television. I guess.
That's nuts, man. That's nuts. Okay, so as everybody knows, Daniel Bryan will be back Tuesday. Yes, chance will be coming. With Daniel Bryan returning, will SmackDown Live be better or worse? Now, on mine, I kind of see it going both ways. Because, I mean, Shane, he's making matches, but he's making the same matches.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Shane also came up with the, women's Money in the Bank match for this. So, Shane does have, and I think that's what's going to make it better, because now you have Daniel Bryan that has that kind of mindset and Shane that has that mindset, and they kind of, set each other off.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I could see it as, Daniel Bryan getting to the point of where I want to wrestle. You don't let me wrestle. I've been cleared by every single doctor except for your doctors. You don't let me wrestle, well, I'm going to go somewhere else. And that's the bad thing. Because Daniel Bryan's a good wrestler. He's a damn good wrestler. I mean, he's proven that he's a damn good wrestler. But, I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that he brings something to the table. And I'm hoping he stays the GM and actually, makes it worthwhile. What do you got?
I wish he would. I wish he would come back to wrestle. And that's only because, I mean, recently you saw The Miz at, I think it was Backlash or maybe another pay-per-view. He's still doing his moves. So I want to know where that storyline is creeping up to if he can't get back in the ring. Stop teasing him, because that's kind of messed up. Because if Daniel Bryan would, he'd kill The Miz in the ring. Because Daniel Bryan's a phenomenal wrestler, in my opinion.
Straight up kick him in his face.
But I think it will be better when Daniel Bryan comes back. And I only say that just because Shane was good, with the matches that he made. Like I said, some of them repetitive, but I think they're both better together. Because as you remember, SmackDown was beating Raw like every freaking week with both of their mindsets and how they made matches and pushed talent. So right now, Raw's coming back kind of strong, whatever, with Kurt Angle there. But, with Daniel Bryan coming back, I think him and Shane will put the minds together and start pushing over other talents. So.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll go ahead. I mean, they want to continue with the tagline of SmackDown being the land of opportunity, so keep it going.
You better make it the land of opportunity. I swear to God, if you give Charlotte a shot at that women's title, man, you guys ain't the land of crap.
You're right.
You're the land of making bad decisions.
And speaking of opportunity, somebody has blew his shot.
All right?
Man.
Oh, man, dear. I don't know what this guy's thinking. Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt, the eater of...
JoJo. You ain't the eater of worlds anymore, buddy.
So, if anybody, which I'm sure the whole world knows about it now, if anybody didn't know, apparently JoJo and Bray Wyatt have had an affair. I don't know how long Bray Wyatt was married in real life, but now she's asking for a divorce. So basically what happened with Alberto Del Rio and Paige is basically happening all over again.
Alberto Del Patron. Del Rio before,
But yeah, so what happened with that, like I say, as you know, Alberto got released because they said either break it up or you get released. He lost his job over Paige, really stupid, and his family, really stupid. Paige, once her neck clears up and her contract runs out, she's out the door too. So, question being, which is, I'm going to turn it into a two-part question. Now, is Bray Wyatt and JoJo together, or was that just a one-night stand? And did Bray's wife really ask for a divorce? So, I read that she did ask for a divorce. Same situation with Alberto. As soon as she found out, divorce, now you're going to be in court. So, that sucks for you. Now, I will give shots out to WWE because they're being family friendly. And when it comes to stuff like this, they don't tolerate it. They'll fire their employees because people look up to these people, the kids anyway. Well, I don't know who would look up to Bray, but yeah, that's a different story. But I mean, JoJo, I mean, oh gosh, JoJo.
I look up to Bray.
Yeah, I bet you
Bray's
do.
my hero.
With the beard.
Hell yeah.
JoJo. where my feet are, which you can't see them. That's where your standards are. I'm walking all over your standards because you went to Bray Wyatt. And I'm not judging him, which I kind of am, but
I'm not, but
I'm
I
like,
am.
come on. That's really stupid. You messed up somebody's family because of that now, and it's both of their fault. But, Bray, you have a feud with Seth Rollins. Is that your last ever feud? Because you might be on your way out the door, just like Alberto was. Either that or they're going to have to like really split you guys up, or something's about to happen to somebody.
Bray's going back to SmackDown.
With your Fireflies. What do you think on that? That's, oh my goodness.
So, I mean, I hope it's not true. I hope, they aren't together, and I hope that, they didn't get it, or she didn't apply for a divorce. Stuff like that is hard to deal with. I mean, if Bray had kids, Bray, man, you got to think of your kids, man. That's something that's, hard for a kid to deal with, period. And I think WWE should, step up and be like, well, we're going to have to let you go. You violated a policy we have as a, family oriented. You violate, and it's all over Facebook, man. This is like blown up all over the place. And kids are on Facebook following Bray Wyatt and following JoJo, and it's all over. You cannot go through scrolling a page without seeing it. So yes, I think if it did happen, WWE needs to step in, let him go. That's where it needs to go. You did it to Alberto, and from what I understood was she's actually training for an in-ring return. Who knows? WWE might, since Alberto's gone, might sit there and be like, you do it again, you're gone. Who knows? We'll see. We will see.
Whoa. Before we get to the next question, she did do it. The sex tape she did with Xavier Woods.
Yeah, but,
That means she cheated on Alberto. I don't know. I'm just reading what it is, because you can't go on Facebook and not see
you
all
can't go off the news,
dramas
period.
and stuff.
Everything on the news is,
it's
true
kinda,
or false.
It's kind of weird, I don't know. Her popularity was pretty big, but she kind of messed that up.
I thought she was hot, but I got a thing for those goth women. But, okay, so, next question.
Next.
And I didn't notice this until somebody posted it on the one of the wrestling pages that I'm with. And if you give me a second, I will give you the exact name on who they are, and we will do a shout out for you.
Yep.
Because you guys brought this up, not me. Somebody brought this up on your site.
Excuse us, by the way.
So it is the LGBTQ wrestling fans is the one that brought it up. Sorry it took a little while to find it, but you guys are the ones that brought that up, this question. Mm-hmm. So, have you noticed every championship belt except for the SmackDown Women's Champion is held by a heel or heels? Every single belt at this point is held by a heel. Now, I don't know if WWE is going that route and is going to make every single heel hold the belt. If that's the case, who are they going to make it hold it on SmackDown? Who's going to, from what I've seen, and I don't know if this is true or not, but from what I've seen is it's going to be Carmella that's going to hold the belt. Which, if that is, she is technically a heel at this point. So it would be every single belt held by a heel at this point. And it's kind of funny because if you've followed WWE as long as we've had, it's usually been, face, heel, not heels, one face. So it's kind of interesting to look at. It is very interesting to look at. I wonder what they're actually going through or what they're going to do with this. If they're going to make it all heels or what? What do you got?
I don't mind. that the heels are holding the belts, you know what I mean? Because every superstar, whether if you're face, heel, I'm not worried about all that. My main thing is in-ring action. And so since WWE has a thing to where they always want their heels to be like a Ric Flair, cheat to win, Eddie Guerrero type, that's where my problem lies. And if you guys notice, each pay-per-view ends out for a title match and the Alexa Bliss match with freaking Nia Jax. That ended in a disqualification. Or you got the Hardy Boys rematch, a count out, and for the heels. I was like, see, that's where my problem lies. You can be a heel and have the belt, but what's the point of having these belts? You got Brock Lesnar sitting on his ass at home. You know, what kind of title defense this is? And that goes for like Paul Heyman when you say reigning, defending.
Right, you need to
eliminate that word. Please eliminate that word because he ain't defending crap. And that just goes by all the heels. They're either not defending it or, oh, hey, Kurt. Oh, hey, Daniel. Oh, yeah, well, so-and-so's injured. Guess I get the night off. Like, come on. Now, why are you scared to defend y'all belts? You got the belt. You just want to sit there and look? That's my main problem. So heels can hold it. They just got to defend it. If Cena can do an open challenge for the United States Championship when he had it, everybody else can do it. I know people are tired of Cena, but at least he defended his damn belt.
That is true. That is true.
Right on.
That is true. Right on. Right on.
So going to this next question here. You know, we're going to stay on the women. Who will win the first ever Money in the Bank women's ladder match? You know what? It's like part of me is kind of scared, but part of me is kind of not, just because like I said, shout out for all the.
Dude, I want to see it.
No, I want to see. No, I'm looking forward to that tomorrow.
This match is gonna be badass, dude. It
Shout
better
out
be badass.
to, like, you know, all the Shane and all of them, even Mick Foley, because he was the one that put Sasha and Charlotte into all the matches that the men's were doing. I was more afraid of the Hell in a Cell match that they had, because I was like, you gonna put the women in the cell? Okay. So with the ladder match, I was looking back on the previous Money in the Bank for the men. I was like, can these women get thrown off the ladder? Can they handle that? Which I'll be fine with all that, but who do I want to win? Oh my goodness, man, that's wow. Oh man, I'd rather give it to, you know. Now that you said Carmella, I wouldn't mind. You know, it's something new. That belt would kind of fit her character, you know, and I guess she needs just a little bit tweaking in the ring,
Yeah,
but
but
she's not
she's
bad.
got James Ellsworth with her.
Yeah, minus that. I would tell you minus that because you don't need all that.
Come on.
But if I can like totally pick somebody that's long overdue in my opinion, and that's gonna be Tamina. She debuted when the Usos debuted in 2010, and she ain't had nothing. It's her time, and Naomi's the champ. They were old tag team. You know,
Yeah.
you can do that. Go ahead. What you think?
Mine's gonna be Bailey. No wait, she's not in this match, huh? No,
Oh, she was mad because she wasn't in the match, but we'll get to that.
I'm kidding. Bailey's on Raw.
Yeah.
What the hell is she mad about? Why is she? Whatever.
Yeah, it's weird.
So mine would be Tamina. I'd have to go with her. If Carmella does win it, then she needs to get rid of James Ellsworth, because that just, I cannot see James Ellsworth. I mean, he would be the one carrying the belt or like holding the belt. Or, I mean, James, it might fit you a little, you know, a little well, man. But I don't think, no. I'd rather see Tamina win and friggin', you know, maybe win the belt. But I guess. I guess.
I can just picture him now. He's going to be like, hey guys, give it up for the Princess of Staten Island and the champion. And he's going to have the belt in his hand, like his hands, like he's Santina Marella.
Right? He's going to be like,
Come
this
on.
belt is heavy, guys. Give it up.
It's not going to look
Give
right.
it up. No, it's not.
He's
No.
going to be the Virgil to her.
No.
Hold my belt. Shine my
Or
shoes.
he's going to dress up like Santina Marella and
gosh.
freaking and
Go up
face
there.
Carmella. Face Carmella.
If they do that, I'm done watching WWE, man. I'm done.
Right, that'd be horrible, man. That'd be horrible. Okay, so on to the next question.
On to the next one.
Why is WWE ruining their superstars once they come to the main roster from NXT? Hence, Bailey.
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 Hug
Bailey.
me.
Bailey. Bailey. I think you've had pretty much the same outtake from NXT all the way to WWE. They didn't reamp her, did they?
Nope.
So you've had the hugger gimmick all the way from NXT to WWE. I mean, you know, if you're gonna have, so what I think they should do, if you're gonna be a face in NXT, I think you need to come heel when you reach the main roster. If you're heel in NXT, then you need to become face. Reamp their gimmicks as soon as they come in. Make them a better gimmick. Stop giving them the hugger, you know, Bailey. I mean, you have literally made it to where, I hate to say it, but you've made it to where she's a jobber. You know, and that's horrible because she probably does have the talent.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the whole Alexa Bliss and the kendo stick match. I mean, you made it to where, oh, I can't hit you. Oh, I can't hit you. Oh, I need to, but I can't. Oh, come on. Hit her. This is for your title. Hit her. Knock her across the face if you have to. I don't care. Just make her bleed. Do something. I mean, come on. You guys made it look like she was a chicken shit to win back her title, and that's horrible. What do you got?
Yeah, for Bailey, like you say, she's been the same since NXT. Well received, but you know what I think they should do? Because a lot of characters come from NXT and they bring that same character up to the main roster. From now on, they should retweak their characters just a little bit, like, you know, New Day with the Booty-O's or the Unicorns, and then you got Jericho with the List. Add something to it that can still get them back over with the fans, because who would have thought a List and some damn Booty-O cereal would be so popular? They love that. You just made the list. It's just crazy. I mean, do something different with Bailey. Nobody likes her schoolgirl, happy-go-lucky gimmick.
I said, why different with you?
Huh?
Nothing.
What?
Huh? What? Huh? What?
No, but it's just what I mean. I think it's, you know, it's all right. She's had some good matches with.
Like it.
I love it. She's had some good matches with Nia Jax.
Bailey, he wants a hug.
You know.
All right, Bailey. If you come to Albuquerque next time, hug the guys.
Please,
okay? Come on.
Forget Corey Graves. Hug me.
I'll tell you what. I'll jump in the ring with you. Okay? Let's go.
You know what? Hold on. So just going back to the slight question there. Besides Bailey, because you used her as a main example, because people are not coming up to her and not giving her the respect I think she deserved. But as I stated before, I think going to the main roster is a curse. I can name a lot of people who are super successful in NXT and got nowhere. And that takes me back to Neville. Really successful in NXT. And this is why, for this King of Cruiserweight storyline, he needs this, because he didn't have anything else. He didn't win no other belts.
Well, so I think what I think is, okay, if you're going to have NXT, you need to bring people in that you have never wrestled before.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. But like people from TNA and shit, don't bring them into NXT and then they've wrestled. They're in TNA wrestling. I mean, come on.
They got to go to independent, back to independent.
Right? You bring AJ Styles straight to the main roster, but everybody else that came from TNA, Samoa Joe, he had to go to NXT and then go to to the main roster. That's bullshit.
Bobby Roode's next.
Right? I mean, what's the point? They've all been in TNA. That's kind of pointless. That's pointless. That's crap.
Austin Aries, he was
right?
in NXT. And then, from TNA, so, yeah. Get it together, man.
Right?
Come on, Vince.
Come on.
You can do it.
Come on. All right, so next question. And this one kind of really pissed me off, because this goes back to, the heels holding the belts and getting countouts or cheating or something. Why did the main event end in a countout? The main event was Cesaro and Sheamus versus Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy for a 2 out of 3s count. Okay, 2 out of 3s count. I was stoked. I was like, well, the Hardys should be able to beat that. I don't see why they wouldn't. They should be able to get 2 out of 3s. And Cesaro and Sheamus picked up the first count. Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy picked up the second count. And then the third count ended in a count out, which, as everybody knows, count out, the titles do not change. So, if you want Cesaro and Sheamus to hold the titles, have them hold it winning the match without a count out by pinfall or submission or something. So you're saying that your heels are not good enough to hold the title without a count out or an interference or disqualification or something like that's what you're saying. You're saying that your heels are crap enough that they cannot hold the title regularly. That your face can do that, but the heels can't. And I understand the heels are supposed to, have that gimmick of, oh well,
I'm better than you.
Right, I'm better than you. I'll win I'll do whatever it takes to win the title. That's fine, whatever. But it's still crap that you did it that way, And you could tell that Matt and Jeff Hardy were like, "Fuck, man, are you serious?
Yeah.
This is how we have to go out." I mean, come on. I don't know if you guys are gonna go with the broken Hardy gimmick or the broken Matt Hardy gimmick and Jeff Hardy go on its own. Who knows? But I think it was a bullcrap call on whoever made that decision. What do you got?
It was crap. It was crap. So I will say this though, the first pinfall, it surprised me, but it was kind of sick when he did the bro kick in between the ropes, and I was like, oh damn.
Right.
Well, there goes Jeff.
Right. I was like, well, shit. That one's over.
Yeah, right. And so I was looking at that as far as, okay, whatever. He won the first pinfall. Didn't think it was going to be a count out. But you know what? Whatever happened to when they did stuff like this and you got a bunch of referees, no, this is this. General managers come out.
Right.
Teddy Long used to do it all the time because it's a tag match. I should know. He come out, whoa, hold on, player. We're not going to end it like that. Ring that bell, ref, and y'all can go up in there, and we're going to get a clear winner. Holla, holla, holla. Why we can't just do that, man? What are you doing back there, Shane? Since Daniel Bryan
Shane
was on vacation or whoever.
This was Kurt.
Kurt, somebody.
Kurt,
You too busy on the phone?
No, he was too worried about freaking Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar beating the shit out of each other in the backstage.
Don't ruin my main event. Come on, guys. The jobbers, get in here. Break it up. Something, Kurt. Whatever the storyline is, if it is with Triple H, get it over with because you're slacking too right now.
But who are they going to bring back as GM? You know who I think, and I know a lot of people probably don't want to hear this, but my guess, now this is just a guess. It's not, true or false or whatever. It's a guess. My guess is Hogan's going to come in as GM next.
But you know what? Yeah, that could be that same reason, just because of the fact that Triple H already confirmed it, that he's coming. We don't know when, which this ain't no shocker, because we all know Hogan comes and goes just like The Rock or anybody else.
Right.
So this ain't no shocker.
Right.
Maybe Kurt was against all he did and don't want to bring him back because he don't want to lose his job type of thing.
Right.
Because I'm sure he's happy to be back with the company. But yeah, it might.
You never know.
I mean, I would like to see that. I'm still a Hogan fan.
I am.
I'm still a Hogan fan. What you
I am a real American. Fight for the right with these 24-inch pythons.
Speaking of fighting.
The
last question for this Sunday. I did think this was pretty cool. Sunday. I think this was pretty cool, though, how Jinder Mahal had his little promo and Randy Orton literally
RKO out of nowhere. I mean, RKO out of nowhere.
It was like a glide. I loved how he connected. I was like, that was pretty sick. So, question big.
Out of nowhere.
All right? Who will beat Jinder Mahal for that WWE Championship?
Out of nowhere.
Right? Out of nowhere. So you got, this is going to be in Randy's hometown. I hate to break it to you, but it ain't going to happen. That's how they try to hype it up that Randy's in his hometown. He's got a better advantage, yada, yada, yada. But they're not going to give it back to Randy. I'd rather see Randy have a better match with somebody, but...
Out of nowhere.
I'm hoping whoever wins that Money in the Bank does what Kane did back in the day to Ray and what Dean Ambrose did to Seth Rollins. Cash it in that same exact night. Please.
Out of nowhere.
Anybody, Jinder. I'm hindering the gender, whatever the saying is. Don't hinder gender. I'm hindering you, gender, because you suck.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Because you came out of nowhere and you're thinking you're the biggest, baddest, what does he call himself? The modern day Maharaj. You suck. You suck. You're still 3MB in my eyes. You suck. Your workout regimens, they suck. Your little munchkins at ringside, they suck. You shouldn't have this because you suck. So Randy Orton, somebody, but I don't know. But if I have to choose, I'm going with Cena. Who you going with?
My boy, come on, Cena, of course. I'm always gonna root for Cena, man. Cena, you know, I would love to see Cena get that 17 time, you know, and hold that record. I mean, Ric Flair hold it for a very long time. You know, Cena needs to hold it, and then don't have Roman Reigns break it. Please don't.
They will.
You know, but whatever. But yes, Jinder Mahal, you need to lose the title. I understand that, you know, Vince, I understand. Everybody understands what you're trying to do, but you could have went a different route on doing it. You're saying the only way you can bring WWE into certain countries is they have to hold a title? Give them a title. Give them a title. You make custom title. Give them a title. Give them a custom title. I don't care. Don't sit there and just, oh, well, yes, by the way, Jinder Mahal, since we want the, you know, Indian community to be on with WWE, we are going to give you the title, and you are going to hold it until who knows when. Vince, pull the stick out of your butt.
And you know what? Now that this is going back to the draft and the shakeup and all that happened, they got the Raw versus SmackDown now. So they got that going again. So if they were to do that, and they have to have the two champions go face to face, that'll be Brock Lesnar and Jinder Mahal.
Oh God, Brock will be.
We know Brock's gonna squash him. Hey,
Brock will be
He'll be undisputed.
Undisputed heavyweight
You got a
champion
guy
of the
that
world.
needs help to have the freaking belt around his waist, and then you got the guy who sits on his couch with the belt around his waist. What kind of message are you sending?
Right.
With all your
it's
champions,
hill and hill, so I mean, you gotta think of it that way. You know, but I mean, who knows? I don't think it's going to be Randy Orton. Actually, I guarantee it's not going to be Randy Orton.
It's not.
You know, I mean,
I can feel it.
And who knows? The Money in the Bank winner. I don't think they're even going to pull it off. I mean, but who knows?
I mean, it happened. People cashed it in, and
you know. But I think what should happen is if they do cash it in, I think this would be fucking awesome to watch. But so if they do cash it in that night. Why the refs distracted, you know, with the case, have Randy Orton RKO out of nowhere, fucking pin Jinder Mahal and take the title. That would be sick. RKO out of nowhere? Ref, did you see that? Did you see? Shut up.
Well, and just really fast, let me say this, because I would be pissed. I can see if it was like when Daniel Bryan did it and he cashed it in on a Big Show with Mark Henry.
Yeah.
Those are two big giants. You see how little Daniel Bryan is. But that would be a shame if he has to get RKO'd or a knee injury or something for somebody to come out and do that. If you can't just come out and be like, I'm cashing this in because I can beat him, then you guys are really making Jinder look way too strong. Because he was beatable like freaking every night. Now he's just unstoppable. I don't get it.
You know, the other day, Heath Slater and Rhino had a tag team match.
Yeah.
I kid you not, man. I heard Heath Slater's, 3MB music.
Yeah.
I was waiting for Jinder to come run. I got you, brother. I was like, oh, my God.
They're all back at WWE. You know, Drew McIntyre's in NXT right now, so you never know. The Shield's on the same show. You never know, but I want some mixing up here. So it's like you guys are going up, and then you just go back down again and somewhat try to go back up. So
right, your ratings are literally close together. SmackDown and Raws are literally close together. You guys are losing ratings, which is bad, but they're close together. So come on, guys, get your shit together. Let's go.
But
on that note,
that is our show for today. As I stated, tomorrow is June the 18th, and that is Money in the Bank. Let's see who's going to win. Check out that women's Money in the Bank there. Speaking of women, they announced their first, I want to say 4 competitors for this Mae Young Women's Tournament. That's going to be pretty badass. Hopefully they get the women tag team belts up in there, but we'll see. And definitely you guys can still check us out. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Of course, we're on YouTube there. All this stuff is starting to blow up. You know, we do give the shout-outs there. So if you watch the video, leave us a comment, like, share, subscribe, smash the like button, everything.
You guys will notice that this podcast should be a lot better in voice. Because we do now have the mics. Yes.
Yes.
But also, since Money in the Bank is Sunday, that brings you guys with two podcasts next week. Weekend. I forgot we do them on the weekend. The next week.
Weekend, yes.
Weekend. So that will leave you a podcast on Saturday for Raw and SmackDown and a podcast on Sunday for Money in the Bank. Yes. Good times,
yes,
good times.
And yes, we'll see who's the new Miss Money in the Bank, the Mr. Money in the Bank, and will Jinder Mahal still be champion at the end of the night? No. And on that note there, I am Lamar.
And I am Matt.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Later.